All right, what's poppin' YouTube? It's been a hot minute. I got two alerts here. So yeah, we're having some rip your face off rallies. Ever since the tariff uh, nonsense, never ending. I'm still bearish. This was just all who knows. Short squeeze rally. Let's pull up on a daily chart. We're at the resistance. We tried to peak above. It was amazing how quick we came from here to here again, just like in COVID. Bear markets last 25, 30 days, a month, and then that's it. Pretty epic. So I believe there's going to be more downside though next week. We have this high, and we put in a lower high again on the daily chart near a resistance zone. So, and we have a lot of unfinished business because the market was gapping up, throughout this tariff bullshit, and then there was the other tariff shit on yesterday, which again, I'm a technical trader, so that's all I focus in on is the technicals, which and mean reversion or what have you, which prices were overextended. And as you could see, most of this rally happened on really shitty volume. And then the biggest volume bar we had on this whole entire up move was 3 days ago, and that was a red bar. So the momentum is shifting lower on SPY, and I'm gonna hopefully continue to press my shorts. I think we're gonna go to 570, maybe right here, this red line. And then if we keep going, then we have these other red lines and the old all-time high. These red lines are magnets for price, where there's unfinished business because there's a lot of volume there, but price got away from it. Anytime price, well, not anytime, but pretty much most of the time, price will extend away from its value, mean, fairest price to do business, where the most volume has traded. And as you can see right now, it's this red line here that I don't even have marked, or now it's this red line just based off how you group the time frame. So again, I believe there's more downside coming. We could look at the volume on a 12-month or 1-year basis. So you could see the fairest price to do business is down here at 540. So SPY may want 5400 or SPX, and that would be because of there's a lot of volume here. So the price will attract to go back to where it does. And then we should probably bottom there and then break this high and head up. And then I believe we're going to crash. At this point, I changed my mind like my underwear. I believe we're going to crash sometime, and like usual. Seasonality is September, October of later this year. I think there's going to be more drama. So I think we're going to, in essence, pull back to here and go, pull back to here and then go. And then it's going to be, all summer rally, and then all hell's going to break loose again, come the fall, is what I'm thinking now. So I'll probably cover some shorts here and then re-enter more shorts if the buyers do not step in, which they have been. Retail, the dumbest fuckers in the room, have been buying nonstop. And we know, again, those guys don't make money. They lose money, they gamble, they shoot from the hip, they don't have an edge. So the institutions is going to always win in the end and game those Reddit YOLO fucking out of the money call fucks. Anyway, so this gap should fill also with a VPOC. I don't have the gap marked because they're kind of synonymous. So that's what I'm seeing on SPY is more downside. 540, 560, 570, or 540. Which one is it? Whatever it is, they'll buy it up and we'll go higher. How high? We'll see how high I could get. I'm thinking 675 and maybe 750 area up here if we're lucky. It just depends how quick we move. Obviously, there's the tape bomb news that could fucking tariff tape bomb that could fucking happen at any moment. So, anyways, that is SPY. And I know I'm gonna cover the other main ones, which retail bought more options and more shit ever this week, I believe, and most of it they piled into Palantir and Tesla, which again, the main stocks that matter. Besides the SPY, here's MAGS, same type pattern, lower high, hitting its head, probably about to roll over. Here's SMH, the semiconductors, same type pattern. Not even as strong, of course, it's been weak, didn't even get up to the nearest high, but has a lower high basically right here. you could mark that you see holding. So this is like a rising wedge type pattern. Usually, not always, but usually when this move happens, it'll retrace 100% of this move. So that should mean we come all the way back down to like here on SMH, which will also support SPY going lower, of course, at that point in time. But we'll see what we get. Now to go into the individual names. Palantir, I'm short the shit out of this with PLTD. Right now, I have a pretty decent position on a Palantir short, which this is just a one-time inverse ETF. Palantir goes down, this stock goes up, or this ETF. So just like I told you on the other, this is a rising wedge. For whatever reason, they bought the shit out of this stock. Hold on, baby. And this stock has moved. So the rising wedge pattern, again, when this presents itself, usually it'll trace 100% of the move back down. And it's pretty epic how when we had the sell-off, they buy this stock. This stock is very overvalued. I'm not a PE guy. None of that shit matters to me. I don't think any of that shit matters to the market or price. I think stocks or assets move off of sentiment and human behavior. So again, technical fractal guy over here. So anyways, in about a month, this thing has rallied, which of course it's Palantir, it can do that. But normal stocks, fair value stocks are not going to move 100% in 30 days. This isn't an altcoin. I mean, it's trading like one. So again, just as quick as they go up, they could go down a lot quicker. So in three days, this whole move can be taken out. We've seen the big red bars and markets crash quicker than they go up. So again, Palantir, anyone long here, good luck. I don't see the edge. I don't see what you're buying. And again, we're rallying on lower volume. So again, there's a little bit of divergence there on that front. So Palantir, again, bearish bias. It could continue to go up. So, yeah, Palantir's there. NVDA, again, lower high. Trying to bounce off this fast moving average. I think this is an 8 or 10 or 9. They're all the same to me. Moving average. They're trying to buy that, but again, I believe this is going to come in as well. This is a longer term trend line, but it's kind of just not really working now. Let me move this to essentially here to see. So yeah, I believe this is going to come in as well. Same type pattern. It's going to come in here and get a bounce or here. So NVIDIA could be heading to $100, be a $100 stock again, essentially. And then, or here, so this is going to find bids, and then this will head up to about 180, 200, maybe 220 area. And then that's when we'll roll back down. And then maybe test the 50, 60 area if we break the 80. So I believe we're going to pull back, catch bids, and then head up to this area, 180, 220, what have you on NVIDIA. We'll see what that happens or not, and I'll try to stream when I can. Got a lot going on over here, making moves. And then lastly, Tesla. Like I said, when you start to go through charts every day, hundreds of charts, they all kind of look the same. Like, they all will look like SPY. Up, down, QQQ, mags, very similar. Some are higher, some are not as high because the percentages, some are weaker, some are stronger. But again, the pattern is essentially the same. The correlation, the movements are identical. So, yeah. Again, look at these three charts. Tesla, NVIDIA, Palantir. Very similar. If they had no names, you would say, oh, that's the same chart. And then, we could just touch on Apple, which is very weak, which is usually the darling of them all. So Apple triple top or whatever the fuck you want to call this, at least a double top, and now it's at the support again. But, I mean, Apple was like the queen, and Meta is it. Yeah, they're all, yeah. So Palantir, of course, is the strongest. Off its high, lower highs. Way lower high, not even as high as NVIDIA, Tesla. And then Apple, of course, way, way weaker. Meta, similar to NVIDIA. Amazon, a bit weaker, similar. Google was kicking ass. They bought this fucker. I'm short it, but I bought more puts on this. But this one is, again, lower high, not very bullish. Microsoft, they were also this gap up and they were loving it. But again, This is a stronger one too. Look, it basically made a new all-time high or broke it or tested it. You know, it could hold this, but I believe this is just ahead of itself, and with the other broad weakness that comes, this will roll over as well. AMD, if not shit, AMD, if this could hold the 105 area, this will be an excellent buy. But I think this is going to also come back into range. Avgo strong as well, but again, high, lower high still. But this is a very strong one. But I believe this is also going to roll over when the broad markets do. SMCI trying to go higher. It's got a lot of resistance here. If it gets above here, this whole lower high holds, this shit is going to 90 plus 100 easy. So this is on the radar for buys. This has basically everything I look for in my systems and my buy signals. So this has a lot going for it. And this is essentially kind of like a crypto play. So if Bitcoin stays strong like it has been, this fucker will go up too. And then this obviously has leveraged ETFs you can play inversely. And then same with MSTR, which technically should be going higher with Bitcoin, but this is a nasty gap down and then shave bottom closed with a big bearish bar. You know, kind of like a buyer shut off, where this was just congestion, but this bar took out, like, you know, these past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so like 8, 9 days of 5 days, whatever, many days of work, up move was just taken out. You know, there is a lot of support here, so this could keep going down, but again, based off the narrative and the crypto or what have you, this fucker should come down in here, find a bottom, and then head back up. So we'll see. Anyways, any questions, holla. Quick video, longer video, I don't know, 12 minutes. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So more downside next week. Short bias next week is what I'm coming in at. But again, I could change that on a dime or hedge it out or what have you. But yeah, I like many assets, many things short. Any questions, holla. Have a good weekend. Cheers.